Mrs. Craigson, could you please tell me where you are? I'm very worried about you, Mrs. Craigson. We haven't seen you for days. The other maids don't seem to care that you've gone missing. You have no right to know where I am after what you've done. How dare you to even ask me that, as if you didn't do anything bad. You're not really worried about me. Stop lying. I know you don't care about me. You're right. I really don't care about you. I only pretend to because it's my job. Though I care if you end up causing us trouble by going off and doing something stupid like killing yourself. I don't want Kyle to be mourning over you when our relationship is about to go to the next level. We'd appreciate it if you didn't do anything that would get in our way. That's cold. I didn't know that's how you felt about me. After all these years of you working for us. But I'm glad that now I know your true self. I can't believe you hid that so well all these years. I'm not going to let you fool me any longer. Don't you even think of messing with me. I wasn't hiding my true self. I was just doing my job. You make it sound so dramatic. Hiding my true self and messaging with you. You make me laugh. You make it sound like I care enough about you to be messing with you. I just want you out of our lives. That's all. For someone who was supposedly trying to keep things professional, you sure seem like just your everyday, ordinary homewrecker. Sleeping with my husband is not professional at all. Please tell me how that's professional. See, you don't understand, Mrs. Craigson. Sleeping with your husband was part of my job as well at first. I didn't seduce him or anything, I swear. I was just doing my job and nothing more. How about you quit your job right now? Because that doesn't make sense at all. How can that be part of your job? Do you even have any common sense? Where in the contract did it say that you must sleep with my husband? Stop lying. I'm sure you're the one who approached him first and seduced him. No, it was your husband's order to do so. I wasn't the one who approached him first. I even refused at first, but he kept insisting and telling me that it was part of my job. You should ask Kyle and talk it out with him. I did talk to him, and you know what he said to me? He said he doesn't want to end things with you. Instead, he wants to end things with me so he can be with you. I can't believe it. I'm his wife. You guys think you can just dispose of me so easily? Just because he'd rather be with a maid. I see. It sounds like he's made up his mind. You should follow his orders, just like I do. Orders. You don't have to take every single order from my husband, especially when it's one inappropriate like this. Are you going to throw yourself off the bridge if he orders you to? Do you know what else he told me? He told me all about your disgusting little plan. What are you talking about? What plan? You two are planning on getting married after he divorces me. Oh, about that. So you already know. I guess now I don't have to tell you then. Though I wish I could have been the one to tell you just to see how you'd react. That's the worst plan I've ever heard. You should reconsider this very carefully. He said he's going to divorce me as soon as possible so that he can marry you right after. That means this excuse that you're just following orders holds absolutely no weight. I know that you two are much more than just an employer and an employee now. Well, at first I was actually considering it as a part of the job I have to do. To be honest, that's how I really thought about it and nothing more. I tried to keep things professional. I thought I would just obey his orders and not catch any feelings. But as time went on and the longer we spent with each other, I think I actually did fall for him. It's true love. True love? Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Don't make me laugh. What are you, a teenager? What's wrong with true love? I know it exists because that's what my love with Kyle really is. I guess you wouldn't understand because he never really loved you after all. You've never experienced true love. Poor Mrs. Craigson. Excuse me. How can you say that about me? You don't know anything about me. If Kyle truly loved you, he wouldn't be so madly in love with me. But he loves me, not you. I know he's your first husband, so I guess that means you've never even come close to even experiencing true love. Fake love can't win over true love. So you lose. And soon I'll become his new wife and you'll be left all alone. Your time has come to an end. Well, I guess it's true that we no longer love each other. But we really loved each other at one point. So don't go saying that I never experienced true love. It's just that people change and grow apart. Love doesn't always last. Which is why I don't plan on stopping any of this. What is it with you all of a sudden? Trying to act tough? You should be getting mad at me. Why aren't you screaming and cussing me out? The other maids have already warned me about you, so I was mentally prepared. That's why I'm not mad. I'm not all that shocked either. They told me that you were a troublemaker at the previous household that you worked at. That's why they fired you and you came to work for us. Those skanks. I thought they were on my side. How dare they talk to you about me? I'll fire every last one of them after I get married. I'm sure they'll be more than happy not to work for you. Who would want to? You seem like an absolute nightmare. I doubt they would want to risk any sexual harassment from Kyle either. It's not sexual harassment. We're in love, and he's only got eyes for me. Yeah, whatever you need to tell yourself. You're just jealous because he prefers me. Anyway, good riddance to the whole lot of you. We'll hire a new group of maids that will be much better than them. At least they won't talk behind my back. I won't let them. You're way too selfish to be a maid. I don't know how you kept working as one during all these years. You think I'm being selfish? This is not being selfish at all. You'll know when I'm really being selfish. Now please, tell me where you are, Mrs. Craigson. I still have to do this as a part of my job. I have to find out where you are and report to Kyle. Like I just said, you have no right to know where I am. So you're angry with me after all. You're so simple. You were just pretending like you weren't so angry. Anyways, what would you like for dinner, Mrs. Craigson? Or do I have no right to know about that either? Someone else will prepare my dinner, thank you. I know better than to eat anything you've prepared. How about you just focus on planning your wedding and leave me alone? Wow, you are quick to move on. I thought you'd be begging Kyle to stay with you. Since I have your approval to be with your husband, I'll be sleeping in Kyle's bed tonight as well. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want. All right, thank you for your approval, Mrs. Craigson. Now, would you excuse me? I have to go back to my duties, if you know what I mean. Thank you for signing the divorce papers. I appreciate that you're taking this well. You're making it easier for us. I just wanted to let you know that Kyle and I handed them in already. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad to know it's all over, finally. Now I don't have to see either of you anymore. I'm so excited to start this new part of my life. Me too. I'm so glad I won't have to listen to you anymore. You were so annoying. You're always nitpicking and complaining about how I don't do my job well. Now I don't have to listen to any of that crap anymore. This is so freeing. Why are you still talking to me? I thought it was over between us. You really don't have to talk to me anymore. You can talk to my lawyer if you need to know anything. I don't want to talk to you for much longer either. Thank you very much for signing the papers and getting divorced smoothly. Now we can get married soon. Yay! We finally get to be a husband and a wife. Well, good for you. Congratulations. Thank you. I'll take it anyways, even if you don't mean it. Take it however you want to. Just stop talking to me. From now on, my lawyer will be talking to you two instead of me. We still have some things to sort out, like the money and the rest of the assets. Oh, right. I guess Kyle is going to have to pay you some alimony, huh? But he said it wasn't much to pay, so it won't affect us or our wedding at all. But I guess it'll be a lot for you. Isn't that right? You won't be able to live a luxurious life like you used to, but I guess you need that money to survive. Enjoy being poor. I think you're misunderstanding something. I'm going to be just fine. If anyone is going to be strapped for cash, it'll be you. Yeah, right. Do you even realize who you're talking to? You know who I'm going to be from now on. I'm going to be Kyle's wife. Do you know what that means? That means I won't have to work again for the rest of my life, and I can finally start living large like I always wished. So you're misunderstanding this after all. This is a bit pathetic. I guess he never told you about the important stuff. Tell me about what? What important stuff? Kyle doesn't hide anything from me. What are you talking about? I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. I'm sure you'll find out for yourself eventually. Anyways, I wish you good luck. Don't go saying that I didn't warn you. I told you it's not a good plan to marry that man. What? Please, tell me. Is Kyle really hiding something from me? Hey, tell me right now. Don't go without telling me first. Mrs. Craigson, please rehire Kyle. Or else we'll have to leave the house and sell it. We don't want to do that. I'm not Mrs. Craigson anymore. You can call me Ms. Smith. But I'd prefer you just didn't talk to me at all, though, as I've mentioned several times in the past. Anyway, I warned you ages ago what was going to happen, so don't come complaining to me. I guess he didn't tell you because he was acting all tough and capable of handling everything. You should have realized sooner that a man who gets divorced by cheating on his wife is no decent man to get married to. Why would I let him stay in the company that has been in my family for generations after he cheated on me and we got divorced? I didn't know that it was your company. I thought it was Kyle's. He never told me that he was working for you. I thought you didn't have a job. To tell you the truth, it's my grandpa's company. But soon he'll be retiring and passing it on to my dad. He'll be the next CEO in a few years. The original plan was that my dad would pass it on to Kyle sometime in the future after he retired. If that's the case, then you should bring him back to the company. What will happen to the company without him? I'm sure it'll be at a disadvantage. Don't you feel sorry for your ex-husband? Did you ever actually love and care for him at all? Who do you think you're talking to? The jilted wife who was lashing out and ruining a man's professional life out of jealousy. You worked in our house for years. You saw how well I treated him. I felt like a maid myself, trying to make the man happy. I don't know how you could say something like that with a straight face. I don't want to hear any more mention about maids. You were never a maid. You were just a whiny handful. And I'm not a maid anymore. I'm the new Mrs. Craigson. I can say whatever I want now. You no longer get to control me. Didn't I tell you that the company is owned by my family? So what? What does that have to do with anything? You don't own the company. Your grandpa does. Plus, I never saw you go to work or anything. I doubt you contribute to the company at all. You think you have power to do anything you want in the company just because your grandpa is the CEO. You have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a member of the board of directors. Just because the laziest maid we ever hired never saw me working doesn't mean that I don't do anything. I separate my work life and private life. But every morning I leave early to go to work. Where did you think I went every morning? Really? You actually were working all those years? I thought you were just going out shopping or meeting with friends. Who goes shopping at 7 in the morning? You're almost impressively oblivious. Every maid in the house knew about it except for you. I guess you were too busy trying to ensnare my husband to notice anything else. That's because Kyle made it sound like you didn't work. He also said you eat up all his money even though you do nothing at all. I believed him because I never saw you do much at home. You just watch TV and talk to your friends on the phone. That's all a lie. It's actually the other way around. He was the one who didn't do anything, even though he would say he was working. He was actually going out sleeping around with other women instead of actually working. What do you mean, other women? He's been only with me these past few years. I thought he was being suspicious, so I got a detective to follow him and report what he was doing. No way. You mean he was sleeping with women other than me? Why don't you go and ask him about that? I can't believe you never found anything suspicious about him. You're so oblivious. Anyways, the company is much better off with him gone. We've cut down on expenses by having one less useless worker to pay for. There's no way you're taking him back. You two will both have to look for new jobs, I guess. You mean he's been deceiving me this whole time? I thought I was finally going to start living large and not worry about money anymore. Living large? You're funny. You really think you're going to live large after this? Since you two will have to leave the house soon, you'll go back to your old life. Actually, I doubt you'll find another job that paid you as well as I did. What do you mean we're leaving the house? Are you kicking us out? Well, of course. It's my house. You two don't get to live there anymore. What? Nobody ever told me that. That can't be true. I guess everyone but you knew about it once again. How many things is it now that you didn't know? Do you know anything about this situation at all? That can't be true. There's no way this house is yours. It's Kyle's. No, it's mine. You can go ask him if you can't believe me. Anyways, I want you to pack everything you own and leave by the end of the month. I have my lawyer informed about that too, so he should be contacting you soon. If you have questions, please ask my lawyer, not me, all right? No, I don't want to leave. I really want to live here with Kyle. Miss Smith, please, help us out. You can't abandon us like this. You need to help us or we'll go bankrupt. So please, help us. We have to look for new jobs and we might not be able to afford the alimony. You two can figure it out. It's none of my business. Like I said, if you have anything to say, go tell it to my lawyer. He'll make sure you guys understand everything you need to about the alimony. Also, all the other maids will be staying on at the house with me. It should go without saying, though, since there's no way you guys could afford to pay their salaries. What? Then who will take care of us after that? Who knows? Nobody, I guess. I hope you haven't forgotten how to cook, although your cooking never was all that good. No, please, let me have the experience of what it's like to have luxurious life. Even just for a little while. Maybe for 1 year? That's all I ask. 1 year. So please, let us dream for 1 year, or we'll be left with nothing. I can give you a new job if you would like, though you might not like it. Really? Will you really give me a new job? I'll do anything. Yeah, you can be my maid again. In fact, both you and Kyle can work together for me. Wouldn't that be nice, since you two will get to be near each other a lot? But I'll have the other maids train you very harshly since you lack professionalism. No way. I don't want to go back to being a maid. I would never work for you again, even if I died. That's too bad. Then you'll have to go look for a job yourself. But see the mess you're in now? You didn't really plan things out very well, did you? You were so blinded with greed that you couldn't see the truth about the situation you were in. It's your fault for blindly trusting whatever he said. Maybe things would have been different if you had actually tried to be professional. That's not fair. I just didn't know. I just wanted to believe in Kyle. You can save all of your excuses. I don't want to hear any more. You can blame it all on whatever you want. But you made the decision to sleep with him and push me out, and now you're reaping the benefits of that. The two fools now have to take care of each other as best they can since they're both out of a job. They were stubborn and tried to squat in the house even after they were supposed to leave. In the end, I had to have them forcibly removed, and now they live in an old and moldy apartment in a shady neighborhood. They have to work multiple jobs to make ends meet and stay on top of the alimony that Kyle owes me. Hopefully, they both really, truly love each other, and it was all worth it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe for more videos.